Welcome to General News Morning Brief for July 11, 2026. Army National Guard helicopters are evacuating hundreds of campers from flooded camps in Missouri, while the United States threatens Iran with missile strikes following tanker attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. In Missouri, the Army National Guard has been deployed to rescue more than 200 children and staff members from Camp Taum Sauk in Lesterville. According to Sergeant Eddie Young of the State Highway Patrol, heavy rainfall washed out the roads leading to the camp, leaving the group stranded. Black Hawk helicopters were used to fly the campers and staff to a nearby elementary school, where they were reunited with their families. The situation remains critical for the region, as a separate building collapse at a nearby campground has required the rescue of at least 20 people. With more rain in the forecast, local authorities are continuing to monitor the area as washed-out roads continue to disrupt travel. While emergency responders manage the floods in the Midwest, a different kind of crisis is unfolding in the Middle East. Tensions between the United States and Iran have spiked following attacks on 3 commercial tankers traveling through the Strait of Hormuz. These attacks occurred even as mariners were advised to use southern routes through Oman to avoid Iranian paramilitary forces. The violence marks the most significant exchange of fire since an interim deal was signed in June, and it has brought the region to a boiling point. There is significant disagreement over who is responsible for the recent maritime violence. According to reports from the BBC and NPR, Iranian officials have privately suggested to American advisers that the attacks were the work of a rogue faction attempting to sabotage ongoing negotiations. However, President Donald Trump has taken a much harder line, stating that the attacks mean the ceasefire is over. The president has indicated that he is prepared to use a wide range of military options, including massive missile strikes, if talks fail or if assassination plots against US or Israeli officials are confirmed. This volatility follows a period of intense mourning and tension in Iran. The recent death of the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has added a layer of unpredictability to the options for officials. During funeral ceremonies, some mourners reportedly called for the assassination of both the late leader and Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. In response, Mojtaba Khamenei has promised vengeance, complicating any hopes for a quick diplomatic resolution. At the heart of the conflict is a dispute over the Strait of Hormuz, a vital international waterway. Iran has recently challenged decades of maritime precedent by suggesting that ships should pay fees to pass through the strait, a move the United States and other international bodies reject in favor of free navigation. This dispute is further complicated by ongoing friction over nuclear and economic policies. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has accused the US of violating an interim agreement by ending oil sale waivers, while the US maintains that any future deal must require Iran to surrender its stockpile of highly enriched uranium. US officials, including Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, are expected to travel to the country for talks. These discussions, supported by Qatari mediators, will attempt to find a way to de-escalate the maritime conflict and prevent a broader military confrontation between the two nations. That is the latest from General News Morning Brief. More updates will follow as the facts develop.